Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my first DoubleO on the Low show. And today, for the first show, I had to get a really cool guest. And this cool guest in question have just released their new single, Benzocaine, and are currently on a generational run of the Glasgow circuit. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Spectral View. Woo, welcome guys, welcome. Let me just check the cameras.
It's a shame that guest was sick yesterday, wasn't it? And you had to get us.
Oh shit, no. Of course not. I'm very happy to have you here. Spectral View is doing really well right now. You just released your single and over 1,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really expecting it, to be fair.
I don't think any of us were really expecting it.
We were just like, we'll just put it out and see what happens. And then it was like, I think we're at like 1,600 monthly listeners now.
It's crazy.
It's insane to watch. I mean, obviously I'm an OG listener. I've been listening to you guys since you were a toaster.
That's true.
Back in the day. Nearly a year now as well, right?
Yeah.
A month out or something?
Yeah, I think it was like February last year we first got together. Band Society was where it all started. So
Band Society, ladies and gentlemen.
Band Society. So really we have
Well,
we've got Snapchat.
Well, no, I don't have that much motion, but I can.
Yeah, so it's almost. Although to be fair, I would count it as not a year since Aaron sort of went to Vietnam for most of it. You know?
Same time, we probably properly became a band in August.
Yeah.
Because up until then it was really just messing about.
Yeah,
Whereas in August
pretty much.
There was no serious.
Yeah, there was no like goal at the start of the band, and then Aaron came back from Vietnam, and then it was like, we were like messaging people being like, oh yeah, we want to do gigs.
That's when writing really kicked in.
Yeah, like we were all the way over the summer, and it was like most of us came back with tunes, and then it just sort of happened from there,
Not a lot of bands say this, but you headlined your debut gig in King Tut's in the Labs, which is a really cool place to kind of debut.
That was quite mental.
That was just a kind of mental situation altogether though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean we emailed King Tut's like September time or something. We were saying to each other, if we could play King Tut's by like the end of the year, that would be like the best case scenario.
Yeah.
And then literally a week later we got an email back being like, we'll have this slot in 2 weeks time if you want to come and play.
Yeah.
So we just sort of were like, yeah, why not? And then we ended up like selling, I think it was like, because we just got all the society, we just messaged every single university society, do you fancy doing a social for this gig?
It was actually, for us it was really good because I got a lot of like members in.
Yeah.
So like you guys you kind of formed in Band Society, like Aaron and Matt and Evan, you were there for a little bit. And so it was good, it was mutual beneficial. Benefit for us as well.
But it was mental. Huge payday as well. It was class.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So we got any other gig we've really done.
Yeah. That gig sort of started everything as well because we used the money for that to buy microphones, which we made demos.
Yeah. I've listened to them all. Red Eye Blues, Velvet. I know you told me not to listen to Velvet.
That Velvet demo, that's.
I enjoyed it.
That's pre-Vietnam. That's like was Toaster era. You don't want to listen to that.
I was back in the Carlton days, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to say this is the first show, so maybe you guys should introduce yourselves as well. I should have said that.
I'm Evan. I am the front man of Spectral View.
Yeah, I'm Luke, and I'm the drummer.
Awesome.
And missing today we have Aaron, who is chief ego of the band.
The lead guitarist and bassist. There's something about your bands where I obviously go to a lot of gigs and I look at a lot of bands, but none of them really have the same kind of stage presence and chemistry that you guys have when you're performing. Yeah. Where does that come from?
It's kind of natural, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's never really something that you have to like think about. I feel like if you're on stage and you've got to think about what you're doing, then like there's no like magic.
It's unnatural. It's just
But it's mainly just like going mental.
Yeah.
It's like a release almost of like everything you've been building up, and then you get on stage and you can like, even when I've been in the crowd at gigs, that's how it feels. I feel like if somebody's doing that on stage, that's like almost like an invitation
to join,
to like for somebody in the crowd to join in.
Yeah. And
just like let out all the energy that they've got.
Yeah, because you guys are also really good at engaging with the audience as well. Talking about bringing stuff that's different. You guys are all from different parts of the UK, so do you think that adds to your dynamic in different ways?
I think the influences that we all have, definitely, you can tell that we've definitely come from different parts of the country. Like you, obviously being from Merry Hill, listen to a lot of...
Yeah, I'm probably quite punk in what I listen to. And quite
just
angry.
To get through the days, you know?
Yeah. When I was in your gig, I met his uncle next to me, he was standing there. Have your families come, or like, how do they react when they see your success?
My parents have came to quite a lot of gigs.
Yeah, I mean, your dad like transports gear from mine and Aaron's house to wherever we're playing.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you, Dad. That's been a great help.
Thank you.
Shout out to Luke's dad.
Aaron's family hasn't been able to come over because they're all in Belfast. Mine are all down in Newcastle, so it's like it's difficult to get up just for like a Thursday night when we're like playing in front of like 10 people or something, you know. But I'm sure as we sort of like start to branch out away from Glasgow, I'm sure they'll have the opportunity to come, you know.
Of course, that's great. Yeah, and they're enjoying the music as well.
Yeah, and my dad's been. He was telling us he's been when he's at work, he puts his phone in his locker and just like puts benzocaine on and just leaves it. So I think like half the streams that we've got are probably just him at work. So
I love the song. I think it's really good.
Thank you very much.
Except for the demos to also be.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 3 more ready. There's one about March time. Expect one about March time, and then a few more after that. But yeah, should be good. And then we've got a bit of money saved up as a band, so hopefully soonish, once we get the other bit of the money, or if we can like sort a deal out with Gordon, hopefully we can go back in and record some more, because we've already got another like another like a good handful of songs that are ready to go. Hopefully it can be like a continuous stream of stuff, you know. You
get your money from gigs and then you record more songs. Yeah. It's the best way to do it.
Best way. Yeah.
Should we crack open the Guinnesses?
Yes. Oh, please. We've been waiting. Going to turn up to work, just like stumble in. I've not eaten anything. I've not eaten anything today as well. So I'm like, this is gonna go straight to my head. I was gonna bring like the Nitro Surge. Thing, but unfortunately I forgot.
Wait till we're all together.
Yeah. Do you want to sync up? Beautiful. Bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to do a new segment on the show where I ask an artist to tell me a drink and I provide it, and it's got something to do with the band. So why Guinness?
It's quite close to our hearts as a band.
Yeah, it's the pre-gig tradition is like, what's the closest Wetherspoons? You know, we'll all have a Guinness.
Confidence drinks. That's all.
Confidence drinks. That's what it is.
There's definitely, for me, there's a fine line with like, if I'm playing, I'll have maybe 2 drinks. If I'm playing and singing, I'll have 1, and if I'm singing, I can have 3, because you know. Yeah,
that's true. I usually go for. I'm quite a slow pint drinker.
Yeah, I'm probably the quickest.
If he's not driving to the gig, I've never seen anybody go through pints like he does. It's a talent, you know.
Yeah.
Still play the gig.
Still plays the gig. He's just got to hit things. That's like.
It relaxes your hands while you're drumming, you know.
Makes me keep time better.
Yeah. That's cool.
At least that's what I tell myself.
Yeah. I usually have like maybe one, and then like some Wetherspoons chips. That's like pre-gig fuel. Sorted.
Good to go.
And then I'm ready to go. So that is why Guinness. Confidence drinks.
Is there any like key highlights you've had, either that be a performance or like writing a song?
Tuts, the first gig, or probably getting in the studio with Gordon.
Yeah,
those would be the 2 highlights for me.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The getting in the studio was like, it was really surreal, because like you see so many bands going to the studio, doing all that stuff, and then like going in, spending the whole day in there, and just like it being like your space to like just make music was like really surreal. Like going in, was it like Roger Taylor's?
Oh yeah, it was the same kit that Roger, but it wasn't the same kit, but it was the same make of Ludwig kit that Roger Taylor had used to record Night of the Opera.
It was all mic'd up and everything. It was amazing.
Yeah. And then your amp was the same amp that
Paul McCartney had played it, because it used to be like a BBC.
Oh, like when they did live.
Yeah, like at like
studio down in London.
Like Made Avail or something, I don't know.
And then Liam was playing Geddy Lee's bass, wasn't he?
Yeah. It was like mental to have like.
The musical juices were flowing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It's really interesting to me because obviously I'm a solo artist. I never like co-write with anyone. So when you're going into like the studio, what is the like kind of spectral view process of writing a song?
Yeah, it does sort of stem from solo songwriting, or at least like you come in with an idea, or you know, I'll like make a demo on my laptop, or like Aaron will come in with a riff. We each come in with like an individual thing, and then we don't like develop it fully. We just wait to get to the studio for the song to then
kind of
like
just come
just
out
see
of that.
where it goes. Like we'll have
A
like,
very rough outline of it.
yeah. Like Benzocaine, for example, that was over summer. I was down in Cornwall for the summer, and I was like sat writing. I had like a drum kit, I had a keyboard, I had everything. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And I was like sat in this little hut in
That's the
Cornwall.
dream right there.
It was the dream, honestly. It was like a mini studio. It was amazing. And I sat and I had the chords, and I sent it to Aaron, and I was like, "Can you write a riff for this?" He came back with the riff, and then when we all got back, brought it to the studio, and it just became what it is, you know. So that's like most of the songs that we've written have come from like one of us bringing something in, yeah.
Like an initial motif or idea.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to write. I mean, so much can come from one little sample or one little riff, you know.
The good thing is though, it's fairly even, like we all bring stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have one song where it's like one person's idea. You know, we wouldn't want anybody to like feel like they've just like not contributed anything.
So
you know,
I feel like that also affects your stage when you're playing it live.
Yeah, it's like each person's own thing that they're playing, so it's like you can feel like connected to what you're playing.
Yeah.
You know,
doesn't feel like it's somebody else's song. It's like our song.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like you're just doing a cover. You know.
Yeah.
Do you have any favourite lyrics? I mean, can I tell you one of mine first of all? White Knuckles on like Cool Porcelain from Red Eye Blues.
That's a good lyric.
I mean, I don't really have any favourite. Those lyrics for Red Eye Blues were just sort of like we had the song completely like mapped out, but I just didn't have anything to say over the top of it. So on the train back from the studio, and I was just like, what do I say? What do I say? You know, and like so they were just sort of like came out of necessity more than anything. But I don't know. I couldn't like. You have to. Do you have any favourite lyrics?
I quite like one of your lyrics. I quite like twist the olive branch until it breaks.
Oh yeah.
I quite like that lyric.
That was.
That's from Benzocaine.
Deep meaning in there. If you no, yeah, I quite like the chorus from Benzocaine where it's like you know, like twist the olive branch till it breaks. When I'm high enough, will we be face to face? That chorus is like one of my, probably because it's quite catchy as well. Just like it's funny, it's funny, funny. Just like repeating one line sticks in your head, you know. Yeah, it's because it is really simple, but it's effective, and that's probably like the magic of it to me, you know. I'm not a very like complex lyric writer. I just sort of like, you know, I try and tell a story, but it's not like poetry, you know.
Yeah.
That's just
what's like just feeling, you know.
Yeah. You know, usually if I'm writing something, it can't take me longer than like 10 minutes to write lyrics, otherwise I just lose it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's got to be like just a constant stream of thought onto the page, and then if it takes us longer than 10 minutes, I just give up, because then it's like I'm thinking about it too much.
You're forcing it, and it's just...
And you can't like force something like that, otherwise it never sounds right, you know.
Yeah, no, definitely. I remember when I used to like write songs back when I was younger, comparing like my forced lyrics to like just the ones that just came from strumming a guitar, just listening to the chords.
Yeah.
Just such a difference, and like the audience's reaction, how I feel when I'm singing it, it's just so different. I really relate to that.
Yeah. Like there's so many like demos of songs like on my laptop which we could have put on Spotify, but we wanted to wait until it was like professionally done before we put it out, because like once you put it out on Spotify, that's it done. That's it. That is how it is forever, you know.
Also, you kind of, when I put something on Spotify, it kind of loses its value to me sometimes, because it's just out there now.
It is just out there, you know.
It's everyone's song now. It's not just mine, you know.
That's true. That's true. I mean, I've been sending a lot of the recordings that aren't out to like family and stuff, so like it still does feel like our song, but it's like a select few people have it as their song as well, but rave reviews.
Yeah.
So
you also play your songs, your unreleased songs at your gigs as well, though.
Yes.
It's kind of like a shared thing with your audience.
Yeah. It's partly because like we can't like go around playing songs that we have released because we've released one song. You know, that would be a ridiculously short set. But like we'd like to go to a gig and play something new, especially at like the start of like the relative start of a band as well, where like you've got so much stuff coming out. Then you know you need to like show people that you have got something new. You don't want to turn up to a venue and play the exact same set as you played last gig, because then people aren't going to want to come anymore, like especially at like the rate that like big bands tour like once every 2 years, but we're playing like once every 2 months, so people aren't going to want to come back if it's the same thing over and over again. Like, why would people want to spend their money on seeing that unless they like really enjoyed it? But
at the same time, it helps the writing process, I feel.
Yeah.
Because you'll have an idea of what the song should sound like in the studio, but it isn't until you play it for an audience you see what works and what doesn't.
Oh, definitely.
What gets people, excited.
Does it also like kind of give you a deadline or something like that? So it gives you more.
It's like the
focus.
The time pressure is like it keeps you, because like often if we don't have any like time pressure in the studio, we just piss about.
Yeah.
Like there's just no direction. But like having the time pressure of a gig definitely helps with like creative process of like, right, this needs to be done. We're not moving on from this until it is done.
It was like when we played Touch for the first time going into the gig.
Yeah.
We had 2 songs.
Oh yeah.
And we played, what was it? We had 6 originals. So it was the deadline of that. It was only in that 2 weeks that we wrote all those songs.
That's a fun crunch show when it's just like it's game time, just gotta go.
We need to get it done.
Yeah. So you guys plan to gig outside of Glasgow at all?
Yeah, in the summer. Hopefully we're thinking about going over to Belfast maybe for Aaron Mayhew's home crowd, and then maybe going down to my way as well. I've seen a few bands at this place called Little Buildings. Live room downstairs fits 50 people in it. There's a bar upstairs. That's all you need.
Yeah, that is.
So
50 is like that's your guys' number.
Yeah, I mean we sold 69 for Tuts.
You sold 50 in a day, wasn't it? Or
yeah, but that was. The first time we played Tuts we sold 60, and then we played New Year's Revolutions the other day and we sold 69. Probably about 100 people in the room, and then my pedal board shit the bed. But
what was cool about that though was like the first time we played Tuts we relied on the societies, like mostly band society.
Yeah.
This time round didn't ask any societies. This was just
just people.
Increase our numbers without having to.
Yeah.
Because we didn't really go around begging everybody, it was just a kind of...
You have to push it on people. People just, they liked it the first time, And some people were telling me, they were like, we loved it so much, they're coming back,
Sweet. They
missed the session, but that's okay, because,
We're technically part of Band Society as well. I know I've not turned up this year. Aaron was like, oh, they all think that you're dead. Oh, I'm just busy,
Yeah, that's fine.
I work on Thursdays, so...
Aaron told me he's going to show up last, and I was like, listen, you kind of did the end goal of Band Society, which was find a band and do really well.
That's true.
Yeah, that's kind of the end goal for us.
Shows that it serves its purpose, doesn't it?
Yeah.
On Red Eye Blues, there was a backing singer. Was that just you, Evan, or was another member of the band?
Oh, that was me. Yeah, that was just me. But he is the resident backing singer.
That's what I thought so as well.
On Benzocaine, you can hear him in your left ear if you listen hard enough. We're toying with the idea of him, like for 1 or 2 songs, coming to the front and playing guitar, because
there's a few songs I've wrote that you want to play drums on, because Evan is also a very good drummer. He's very annoying in that respect. He can kind of play everything. But
that's annoying.
I'm a multi-instrumentalist.
When you're coming up with lyrics, is there any place you go or like a melody you go to? I mean, for me, I'll give you an example.
I usually just steal from Wonderhorse, but.
For me, as an example, when I'm walking my dogs, that's normally where I come up with lyrics. And when I'm in the shower, that's where I come up with
melodies. I get a lot of stuff in the shower. Yeah. That's like, I feel like that's like the universal like place to, because you just sort of like stood doing nothing.
Yeah. So
it's funny. I'm kind of opposite. What I do, and it's when I'm really stupid, is I look for sayings in other languages.
Oh.
And I just, really cool. And then because I can't think of any ideas of my own because I'm a boring bastard. But I look for like other sayings in other countries and then I write songs around them.
That's so profound. Definitely like the shower. That's where all my good ideas come from. Or just like usually at like about 3 o'clock in the morning as well. Like I live with my girlfriend and she'll like wake up and I'll be like sat on the floor playing guitar at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's really aesthetic.
And she'll wake up and she'll be like, what are you doing? And I'll be like sat there in my pyjamas being like, I've got an idea. And we're like recording it and stuff.
Oh, that's so relatable. Like I would just be about to fall asleep and then a melody will come in and I'm like, where's my phone? I gotta record it and stuff.
Sometimes it just pops up. Like we'll be walking around town and she'll go like, you've gone like, you like stop talking. Like, what's going on? And I'll be like, oh no, I'm just trying not to forget this thing I've got in my head.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like wherever.
Mm-hmm.
It can just like pop in like
It
that,
just-
and
just
it'll be like a
comes in.
full song.
Yeah.
Just pops in, and then it'll like 99% of the time I'll forget it, but then like that 1% of the time I'll take it to the studio, and then
1%
it'll
of the time
become
you get benzocaine.
1%
Yeah.
of the time you get benzocaine. So
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the first ever DoubleO on the Low show. Thank you to my wonderful guests. Do you know their name? It's Spectral View.
thank you very much for having us on.
Yeah,
Of
cheers.
course, yeah. Thank you for
Appreciate
being
it. Thank
the
you.
first guest.
Thank you for the drink as well.
Of course, yeah.
I'm gonna turn up to work sloshed.
Do you have anything coming up at all?
Nothing in particular coming up. There's a few things under wraps which we can't announce yet.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your eyes peeled on the socials.
Keep your eyes peeled. I don't know when we'll be allowed to announce it.
You just need to check daily and make
Just
sure
check-
notifications
check.
are on.
Daily, and also listen to Benzocaine.
Listen to Bez, okay?
You know, you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook,
Links will be in the description, ladies and gentlemen. So don't worry
anywhere.
about
Listen to Benzocaine.
On all good
Yeah.
streaming platforms.
that. Mm-hmm.
All the bad ones as well. It's on there. It's on everywhere.
Shout out to Deezer.
Also, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching. Woo!
If you want, I'll send you the next song that we're releasing as well. If you want to listen to that.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Just play it now.
Oh, let me turn the cameras off so this
So it's not on.
Aye.
no leaks here.